own Rio de Janeiro. So for him to say he is the king and I am the joker, if this was a different time, I would invade his favela on horseback and kill anyone that was not fit to woo.
You may be thinking, who is this guy? What an ugly thing to say. What has cage fighting got to do with stoicism? Isn't it just an organized bar fight? Well, in this video, we're going to uncover why the ideals of stoicism can be linked more to mixed martial arts than you believe. We'll learn from the champions of the sport, like Conor McGregor, more on that man later in the video, and how you can use their life principles to improve your own daily life. This is the Development Zone, where we research, learn, and educate on topics surrounding self-development, with today's video being on stoicism. We know you're going to like this one, so let's get into it.
I've lost my mind on this game, yeah? Like Vincent van Gogh. He dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me.
Whenever I listen to this clip, it reminds me of a concept called creative flow, also known as flow state or creative flow state, a term used by many psychologists which describes the mental state of being completely present and fully immersed in a task. Often, when we talk about high performance, we inevitably talk about flow, that elusive state in which the muses of our imagination seem to come from nowhere with the simple intention of guiding our hands, stoking our inspiration, and granting us the ultimate gift, sustained, laser-like focus. It is the ability to enter and operate in that flow state that separates the great from the elite. While athletes create pre-game rituals that last hours in hopes of finding flow, creatives often design morning routines and repeat mantras to propel them into highly focused and productive days. The challenge for most of us, it seems, isn't so much knowing what to do when we're in a state of flow, but rather how to get to it in the first place. Establish clear goals. When you know what you need to accomplish, it's easier to get into the flow. That's because having clear goals helps you understand if you're successfully completing the task at hand. Reduce distraction. Once you're in flow state, your brain will naturally filter out distractions as you continue to focus on the work you're doing. But while you're getting into the flow, distractions can, well, distract you from achieving the mental clarity you need for flow state. So consider snooze notifications, turn on Do Not Disturb mode, schedule a time block. Don't force it. Tell us if you've been here. You've been in the flow before. You know what it feels like. You want to get in the flow again to be productive today, but no matter what you do, you can't feel it. Trust us, we've been there. This is called the paradox of control. The more you try to control something, the harder it is to control. If you're not feeling in the flow today, that's okay. You can still get great work done without being in the flow. The same practices of reducing distractions and cutting multitasking can help you focus on work, even if you don't quite get into flow state. Now, there are a lot of other concepts towards being in the state of flow, in which we will cover more in depth in a future video. Hit the like and subscribe button down below, and turn on notifications to be one of the first to be notified when this is released. However, establishing clear goals, reducing distractions, and not forcing it, in addition to taking action, which we will cover in the next section of the video, shall help you on your way to leading a more stoic life and eventually being the champion in your own life.
Some people strive to achieve things and some people strive to hate. You know, if you think something, the likelihood of it happening is very slim. If you believe in something, if you know something is going to happen, if you're confident in that situation, you will achieve things in life.
When you watch a clip like this, you're probably thinking this sounds something like the law of attraction, right? I am personally a fan of the concept of the law of attraction, where visualizing yourself and attracting the right things in your life can improve it. However, I am not a fan of how the law is marketed or packaged in the world today, where if you just sit in a dark room and tell yourself positive words of affirmations, everything will magically fall into place. Sure, this may work for you mentally in the short term and you may feel great. But what actions are you taking towards the ideas that you are visualizing about? Having an ambition without acting upon it is like a car without wheels. The car won't be able to be driven anywhere and take you nowhere near your destination. Actions are important in multiple ways. Here are 5 reasons why. Taking action enables you to adapt to things naturally. Moreover, it will help you to remain motivated and won't let your emotions overcome your motivation. Acting upon your ambitions will encourage you to learn from your failures rather than depressing about them. You will gradually develop a habit of getting up with more enthusiasm every time you fall. You can't win if you don't play. Playing consistently will enhance your chances of success. Don't worry too much about perfection at the beginning. It can stop you from moving toward your goal. You will gradually attain perfection over time. Various possibilities can only be determined by taking action. What works and what doesn't work cannot be specified otherwise. The process teaches you to be present in now and its importance. The eagerness to take action will prevent you from putting off things for tomorrow. After some time, you will see your efforts are becoming fruitful and your dream is becoming a reality.
You know, it's like I was doing same thing all my life. Stability. If you don't have stability, if you don't recover between the trainings, you're never gonna become success. I talk about MMA, mixed martial arts. You know, you have to train every day. You have to do same thing: sparring, grappling, wrestling, running.
We have created a whole video on the concept of the art of mastery. You can find the link above. But in this video, I want to share with you why showing up every day can exponentially improve your life. Making the commitment to become the best version of yourself. It's a commitment towards taking care of yourself both physically and mentally, while improving your overall quality of life. Showing up could be as simple as listening to one podcast on personal development, creating one drawing, writing for 30 minutes, reading one article online, riding your bike instead of driving. This isn't a thing. Granted, each day you show up isn't always going to match the same intensity. It's the consistency that counts. We discussed this earlier in the video. So whether you are not able to prioritize enough time for these commitments due to reasons such as work, health, and other commitments, seek to gain 1% better each day, and surely your old priorities will look more like the ideas that you had committed to when you started this journey. If you are familiar with combat sports, you may have a better understanding of the sport. Learning the mindset of some of the sport's most prolific champions can only serve to grow our own daily lives. Comment down below who your favorite champion is and what your next steps are. If you got value out of this video, click the like button and subscribe.